And a warm welcome to all. I'm Ruth Nelson, the creator of 24/7 Virtual RNN Sports Gym, and I'm thrilled to be the host this month's edition of In the Know series. Kristi Arringto, club owner of Texas Waves Volleyball in Kaufman, Texas, is co-hosting me tonight. Kristi is also a certified GoKids youth sports skills trainer and the visionary behind the Little Waves program for kids under age 10. Tonight kicks off our 19th series, Why All the Buzz About RNN Sports Gym. To all of our private Facebook group members and special guests, whether you're part of our official website or joining us for the first time, we welcome you. We're excited to shine a spotlight tonight on a dynamic duo, a young athlete and her supportive mom, whose journey will surely inspire our viewers. You'll love hearing about Brooke's path from her early days in the Little Waves program, launched by club director Kristi Arringto after becoming a certified GoKids skills trainer, to now competing on a travel team with Texas Wave Volleyball Club. We'll explore how those foundational experiences in Little Waves help prepare Brooke for the demands of club volleyball. Plus, we'll hear from her mom about their early challenges and how those moments helped shape Brooke's growth both on and off the court. Brooke will also reflect on her journey and share what she's learned. You definitely don't want to miss this uplifting conversation. So joining us, let's welcome Demi and her mom, Brooke. So thank you for being on.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so before Kristi begins with her questions, we have a special sizzle. You know what a sizzle is, Demi?
I don't know. No.
A sizzle is a short video. So we're going to do a reel showing a few action-packed moments of your journey. So you might have seen these on Facebook, but maybe not. Oh, there you are in your club. Oh, you remember being part of that? That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's of our Dallas events. And oh yes, this is when you first started. And that's your action. Oh yeah, we love those new uniforms for sure. And there's one of your coaches, right, Jalen?
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting. And we'd loved all of those nice pictures that your illustrious club director, Kristi, sent to us. So we were happy. We didn't get the one where and before we start, we got to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Finishing third at Lone Star in your division, which is exciting. Is that not exciting?
Yes.
That was Jay's 14's team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That got third.
They got third. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get started, Kristi, you go ahead and start with your questions.
All right. So this one is for Demi. Okay. Demi, what was your favorite part about being in the Little Waves program?
I would probably say like spending time with like all the people there and stuff, and they were really nice, and I would say just like learning volleyball and getting able to spend time with the people that were there.
Oh, wait, did you not use those wonderful soft light volleyballs?
Oh yes, we did. I have one of those that are in my garage right now, and I play with them after school sometimes.
And why do you like that so much?
Because it's like light, and you can like set against the wall, hit against the wall, and it's good for like inside if you're like if you it can be inside and outside volleyball.
And do you know what the nicest thing is? It doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. Can you remember a year and a half?
Yeah.
Can you remember that far that it didn't hurt you? But you're still using it. That's good. All right, Kristi.
Okay, this one's for Mom. Brooke, what made you start Demi in the Little Waves program?
I mean, obviously we were friends before, so you had told me about it, told me the good things about it. I just think that like having a foundational start where she's learning fundamentals was important because she didn't know how to play volleyball. So she knew nothing about it. I played, but I wasn't going to be teaching her the fundamentals. So it was a good place for her to start so she could just kind of get started in volleyball because I know she wanted to play. She was interested in it. So yeah, just knowing that she was going to be learning fundamentals, knowing that she was going to be learning from people that I trust, and
Ah,
that I knew that we're going to, be a good influence on her, was something that made me sign her up.
excellent. So Demi, can you remember a skill you were proud to learn when you first started volleyball?
Yes. So when we first started Texas or Little Waves, I was like really, really bad at jump roping and like I didn't know how to do it.
Uh-huh.
And I started practicing, I got way better and now I know like how to do like I can do crisscross, I can do a bunch of stuff.
Can you do double unders?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, so do me a challenge here. I'm going to challenge you because I have a 9 and a 10-year-old that can do double unders. And they were just like you when you first started. Now, they started, let's see, Tatum started when she was 4.5, and Grace started when she was 8. So Tatum had more experience, but Grace is working on triple unders right now.
Ooh.
So, you know what? I will send a link to Kristi and she can share it with you that shows you all kinds of things you can do with new exercises that is done by the Parker who works for the company with the jump ropes. And he does some triple unders. He does flips. He
Oh,
does everything. Oh no, he's good. He's really good. All right, Brooke, what early challenges did you face when Demi began playing?
I think just like with her very first time actually playing volleyball was with like our fall league in Kaufman. And I
Uh-huh.
think just not knowing the game. So not knowing what rotation was or what different positions were, or even just how to bump a ball or, they just learning those foundational things. And so that's why I think Little Waves helped her so much because you could tell a difference between her versus some of her teammates that had never even touched a volleyball.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So it was a pretty big difference there, but I did notice that. I mean, that's why we were glad we put it there. But I would think just like normal things like that, just not really challenges as much as just like making her body learn new motions and
Uh-huh.
things like that. Especially like with the jump rope thing, it was hilarious. Like when she first started, I was like, oh my gosh, I have failed you. You don't know how to jump rope. It was really bad, and so I made her do it every single day.
Oh, now let me ask you this. Did you also practice your jump ropes, Mom?
Yes, I jump rope too. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's excellent. Now, Demi, let me ask you this in reference to that. What would you say the most exciting thing that when you learn the skills and you went home, was your mom always at practice or did she ever drop you
No,
off?
she was at work because she works late.
Okay. So
So
what did you tell her when you came home? What the most exciting thing?
probably that I got to like do like touch the ball, get some touches on it, pass it up, you know, like yeah, serving
Uh-huh.
really like I've been working on my overhand and I've gotten way better at it.
Ah, all right. All right, Kristi.
Okay, Demi, how is playing with your Texas Wave team different from Little Waves?
So I feel like when you do like club volleyball, you spend way more time with your team, like at practices, tournaments, team bondings, and like at Little Waves, you're just there like once a week, and I feel like you still get to like know each other, but on a team, it's just different, because like you have practices every week and you go to tournaments on weekends.
Okay. And
Okay.
but let me ask you this. What do you think would be are you glad that you went through the little waves and then went to Texas
Yeah, yeah,
Wave?
because I got to learn like I guess like I really didn't really know how to serve, like overhand serve, and
And
yeah, and bump and set, and I got to learn all of like the fundamentals and stuff.
So you yourself, I know your mom said this, but you yourself noticed the difference between your skills and other players your age?
Yes, cause I was this I don't know.
No, that's all right. Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah, I didn't ask you if your skills were better. I just said you noticed the difference in your skills because you're not going to, I'm the type of person that doesn't say someone's better than somebody else. I'm always looking at, you can always get better. And you always have to look at your skills when you're seeing your other teammates, because if you're more consistent with your passing, that's okay to say that. You don't have to say you're better. You're just more consistent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, all right, Kristi.
Okay. And this is for you again, Demi. What do you like most about being on a team? I think you kind of answered that, but go ahead and tell us what you like best.
I guess like hanging out with like the team and team bondings, and really it's like just like the little things, like watching each other, like cheering each other on the sidelines and like on the court, even like when you're serving. It's just really like good to like for teammates to like help each other up and bring them up.
Okay, so, but let me just ask you this. What happens if you're not getting to play and you're on the bench and you're not playing much?
Then you cheer. I would cheer other people on, because just because you don't get to play doesn't mean other people like they're mad. And if you're mad, it's just gonna make the whole team like down.
Okay, so you're telling me you're a good teammate. Do you know what an adjective is?
Yes.
Give me an adjective that describes you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you intelligent?
I would say so.
Okay, well, I hope so because you're telling me. All right, so give me another adjective. Let me give you another one, energetic. How come I'm giving you the ones?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sound like rude. I don't know. What do you mean?
You don't, no, you'll never sound anything but that. But learning the things that you're good at is important. And then working at the things that maybe you're not as good at. So you tell me which skill is your best skill.
Uh, I would probably say like passing. Wait, like passing up, like getting really good passes up to the setter,
Okay.
so the setter can be able to get to it.
Okay. And give me the one skill that you don't want to do.
I guess like hit the ball out of bounds.
Oh, okay. But no, but the skill. In other words, passing, spiking, attacking, blocking. What's the one skill you don't want to do?
Um,
Put it on your list to work on. What is that skill?
Serving, I would say serving.
Okay.
Or hitting.
Okay. So tell me about serving. Is it because you're worried about getting it over the net?
Yes, most of the
Okay.
time.
Okay. And when you don't get it over the net, is it the air? Is it because you hit it in the net or you hit it out of bounds?
It's probably because I'm just like in my head a lot. Like
Ah,
if I don't make it over, then like something's gonna happen, but really nothing really happens. It's just like next play and next play. Yeah.
okay. So I got another challenge for you. I want you to think when you go and practice serving again. When you get up to serve, I want you to think about serving for an ace. That's what you put in your head. I'm serving to score a point. That's what you're doing. And once you have it up here, you can do it. And then once you do that one or two times, I know, do you use puffers?
I did when we were in Little Waves.
Okay, so now you need to get mom to get you a puffer. And you stand at the attack line and you focus on hitting it flat. Remember to keep it flat and serve it out. Serve it over the end line. You're serving it over the net and over to the end line, because that helps you focus on hitting a little bit up and follow through out. And that will help you a lot, because then when you go back, you can serve an ace to score points. All right, next question. Brooke, how did those early experiences help her prepare for her club volleyball?
I think just kind of how we were talking about, just learning the fundamentals of passing and knowing, I guess, knowing the terminology,
Ah,
what is a pass, what is a set, what is an attack, knowing the court, what the 10-foot line is, and all knowing the terminology, I guess, of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like with some of the people that she's played with, like not necessarily like on the club team, but like just in like a fall team, like the difference between her and other kids that they knew nothing, and she had that terminology, had those skills, and so then I think she was able to take that into club, which with this club team I think she did grow a lot as a player too, like learning way more about rotations and things like that. So definitely instrumental in helping her train the club.
So Demi, in reference to that, do you think that you can be a good example on the volleyball court without actually telling someone what to do?
Yes. Like, I feel like I could do, I feel like example,
Okay.
but I don't like if I do something bad, then I don't know. Like, it's like, yeah.
Okay, so will you do me I've got 3 challenges now. This is my 3rd one. I'm going to have to ask what they're at the end. Most important thing, there isn't anything that you'll ever do is bad, okay? Because every single time you do something and it's not exactly what you wanted it to do, the ball, it's a learning experience. And those experiences make you so much better. Just like what we said, you got to think about serving an ace. You don't think about just getting it over. And everything that you do on the court is going to affect certain aspects of the game. So if you pass the ball up and it gives the setter time to get there, the setter may not set the ball. They may set it over the net by mistake. So in your mind, you always have to look at how well you're doing with things and how much more you might need to work on a few other things. And always make sure you're working every practice, work hard on those things that maybe you don't feel comfortable doing. Maybe moving your feet, not knowing where to go, and ask questions, because there isn't any question you shouldn't be able to ask your coach. If not, you get me on Zoom, get Coach Kristi on Zoom, and I'll answer any of those questions. Now, they might not be the answers you want, but I'll at least attempt those questions. Okay, so Brooke, the last one. How have you seen Demi grow, not just as a player, but as a person since those early days?
I think honestly, like we had a conversation about this morning because I kind of wanted to like see what she thought too. But for me, like I saw her step up on her Texas Wave team this season and be a leader. And she was a 4th grader amongst 5 5th graders. And that's a challenge, that's a challenge to feel like you're good enough to step up, or you feel led to do that. And so I feel like she did grow in that way, and she felt like she was able to like help lead the team in some ways. But also just her volleyball knowledge has tremendously changed. Like in terms of being a volleyball player, she's learned so much court awareness, just things like that. But then obviously just growing into that leadership role, I really enjoyed, and she stepped into it. And it's been kind of fun to watch, because at first I thought she wasn't like super competitive. Like me and her dad are like really, really competitive. And so she's more like, I want to have fun, but I really saw her like step up and help lead her team. And I thought that was really cool. So.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right, Kristi.
All right, Demi. First, I want to ask you this. Do you remember back when we first invited you to be on our club team? We made you the offer. Do you remember? And do you remember what you said?
I said I'll think about it, I think, didn't I? Or I said,
and then you said
yes.
No.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and then my mom talked me into that.
And what do you think about that now?
I think that I made the right decision. I think.
And why do you think that?
Because it was a great experience to like play with my teammates and just have fun.
Okay. All right. Well, has there been a coach or a teammate who's helped you become a better player?
I would say like all the Texas Wave coaches, like you, Kristen, Sierra, Jay, like they all help me on just like the little things that I'm doing wrong. Like in
Okay.
Not doing wrong, not doing wrong, not being as efficient. You know what efficient means? It means being able to be consistent enough. Like what you said, you pass the ball up. You do that twice, that's consistent. But it's not anything. Think positive. Okay. Sorry, Kristi.
That's okay. So I was going to ask you, can you think of one skill or one thing that one of those coaches really helped you with?
I would say serving, because like at one point I was tossing the ball like way behind me and the ball was just going like barely like touching the net. So I was like, I needed to work on that.
And did you?
Yes, and I got way better at it, from not being able to serve it over to being able to serving it in and getting the point.
Okay.
Kristi, what I want you to do next, she's got another challenge. I got another one. Let her toss that ball behind her head and let her practice some topspin serving
Okay.
from the attack line. Because
Got it.
learning to do topspin and floater is exceptional for a player. Because
Right.
when a team on the other side is good at passing, maybe not at your age right now, they probably aren't as good as they should be at your age, but when they get older, they get better. Passers get better when they get older.
Mhm.
And we work a lot on serving aggressively. So we got to learn both of those serves.
Mhm.
All right, Brooke, this one's for you. What role have I, Coach Kristi, and the GoKids Youth Sports? Wait a minute, let me try that again. What role has Coach Kristi and the GoKids Youth Sports approach played in Demi's development?
I mean, I think it's huge. So like for me, just like just how just I just feel like I don't like what I always go back to is just like it's a loving Christian environment.
Uh-huh.
I know that the people that are with her love her. So it makes it so much easier for me because I mean, yes, we have a personal relationship too, me and Kristi, and then also her coach this year, Kristen. I'm really good friends with them. So I know that they loved her and they cared about her and they wanted what was best for her. And so I think that's what I always go back to is that's what I always want for my kids is for them to be in an environment where they're loved and cherished and like I feel comfortable with them being there. I feel safe. So I think like for me, that's I thought about it all day and like every single time I thought about it, I went back to that every single time.
Excellent. All right. So Demi, what's one thing you've learned that will help you keep growing in volleyball? And we're not talking about your height.
I would say, hey, I don't know.
You're okay.
Probably, wait, one skill that I learned.
One thing you've learned that will help you keep growing in volleyball. It can be anything. It can be teamwork. It can be, Christian environment. It can be learning new skills. It can be competing. It can be traveling. It can be any of those things.
I would probably say then growing with the team, like being able to get better every single game,
Okay.
and make better passes, make better sets, get hits over, and yeah.
So you want to be more consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a 6 rotation player. You know what that means?
You play all around?
Amen on that, because you want to play as much as you can. All right, Brooke, what would you tell them if another parent asked it about starting in the little waves? What would you tell another parent?
Oh, I mean, I would definitely suggest it. I have suggested it to numerous people and, in and around the Kaufman area. Anytime I see somebody on Facebook asking if there's anything for, younger children, I do suggest it. I think it's a great program. So definitely sign your kids up.
Excellent. All right. Kristi, you got the last couple questions.
All right. So as we wrap up, could you leave our viewers with 2 key insights? First, Brooke, why is it crucial for youth coaches, club directors, recreational administrators, parents, and even elementary school teachers to take advantage of the opportunity to be part of a program like Little Waves? That's a lot. Big question.
Yeah, can you read it again?
Yeah, so basically what I'm asking is, why do you think it's very important for people who work with youth sports, like club directors, why do you think it's important for them to be a part of something like Little Waves that's conducted by certified GoKids youth sports trainers?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important because if they're going to be a part of your journey later, then they can start with you, young. Fundamentally, they know that you're starting at the right place. So like you're building a good foundation, solid foundation, and then you're just going to build on that and build on that. And if they're going to be a part of your journey somewhere in your youth, sports journey, then it's only going to help. It's going to help with the foundations, knowing that they're going to know you, have a relationship with you, but also know that you have the skills that are needed to keep moving forward.
Yeah, Brooke, did you think that having a certified coach also teaching, did that make a difference for you, knowing that they'd gone through some training that was extra than what they normally do?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You want somebody to know what they're talking about when they're teaching your kids, for sure, and they, doing it for a purpose. So, not just anybody. I mean, you can go on YouTube and learn how to do anything, right? But having a certified coach, letting that you're putting your kids in good hands, that they know you're teaching them the right steps and things that are proven to work. So yeah, definitely agree that it does help.
All right, excellent.
Awesome. All right, Demi, you're last. You ready? Okay. What valuable lessons could you give an aspiring youth coach, meaning someone who wants to become a youth coach, right? What lessons could you give them who want to teach, the coaches who want to teach kids ages 10 and under?
Wait.
Why should anyone want to coach your age group?
I would say to watch us get better and to help the team get better and build as a team and a friendship and go on to try to become better at volleyball and learn the sport.
Do you think a coach who trains and teaches 10 and under should be energetic?
Yes.
Yes, definitely, huh?
Fun, yeah.
Tell me this. Do you think that you can learn your skills and work and still have fun?
Yes.
How do you do that?
You could
Tell me what's fun about learning first.
Learning doesn't stop. You could learn, you learn you learn something new every day.
Okay. And do you get excited and have fun when you see yourself improve?
Yes.
Do you see it in practice, or do you see it in competition, or do you see it in both, your improvement?
Probably both.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say both.
No, that's excellent. That's great. Okay. So Demi and Brooke, thank you for sharing a tiny part of your journey for our viewers, as I know they have enjoyed listening as much as we have enjoyed having you on the show. And I want to thank Kristi. And if you know someone teaching kids ages 10 and under, direct them to our 24/7 virtual gym at www.rnnsportsgym.com. They'll find various educational videos, and by becoming members, they'll gain access to an exclusive RNN Sports Gym private Facebook page. Your mom could join, and then you could look, Demi. Be sure to like and share our public pages on Facebook, Instagram, and X with friends, teachers, and youth coaches. Our innovative approach to teaching kids 10 and under is something they won't want to miss. A quick reminder, if you're interested in attending or are hosting a 2025 certification course, go over to GoKidsYouthSports.com and sign up. Mark your calendars. We can't wait to see you May 14th at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is at Demi's, guess what, her bedtime. Our next show in the No series featuring a special guest that you don't want to miss. So thank you to both of you for being on the show, and we hope that you had fun.
Thank you for having us.
And Demi, you want to say something to some kids your age or your friends that are on your team? You want to say something to them?
Um,
You got to say, well, that's not saying, that's one thing that you're telling them, but you want to say they should come on the show and talk about their experiences?
yes, it was very fun answering all y'all's questions.
Oh, excellent. All
You
right,
did a great job.
excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.